I think this word's so funny. Hag.
Just again, it's so cold and glazing. You remind me, it made me love it and begin again. It made me love it and begin again. You made me love it and begin again.
Hello, sinners. My name is Alice San, and welcome to Alice's Shelf, the Curious Room. So, today we'll be talking a little about Angela Carter's Puss in Boots, the radio play. And it is pretty similar to her short story, Puss in Boots. So, if you have not watched this, do watch this before we talk because I'm not going to tell the story all over again. We are going to focus on the differences between her short story and her radio play. So, here we go. One of the first differences is that Puss in Boots says something really interesting, which is he's talking to the people, and he says, "What? Have you never been addressed as an equal by a cat before?" And although we don't have that direct connection between women and beasts in this story, it's really interesting to analyze how that's a line that's usually said by women when they just address men as equals, and they're like, "Whoa," and they're like, "Never been addressed by a woman as an equal before? Yo, never been addressed by a drag queen as an equal before?" And then Pooh says that he's male, whole male, and that he is very handsome, a handsome person. So we have the same thing that we had in the short story of this idea of an animal calling himself a person. And he's delusional. He thinks the whole town loves him because everyone's throwing like gifts for him. But the thing is, they're throwing like tomatoes and boots because they hate him. But he's like, "Girl, I'm so good." And then eventually, our hero throws boots at him. And he's like, "Oh, thank you. I'm gonna wear them. Look at me. I'm a Puss in Boots." And the hero's like, what?" So the hero tries to like bring the cat in, get him drunk, and be like, "Give me back my boots." And the cat's like, "We're friends now. Absolutely. I can be your valet." And the hero's like, "No, I don't." "You can be what now?" So the cat becomes the hero's valet. And they share everything, that is, everything the puss steals, because he helps the hero cheat at cards. And just like the short story, all was well until the man went and fell in love. And all it took was a smile. And then the same thing, they go every Sunday to the mass because it's when he can see his loved one because she's entrapped at home by her husband. And we get some more exposition on their marriage in the radio play. Apparently, not only is he's also pretty crazy. Like when he is at home, he keeps a tiny cord attached to his toe and to her so that she can't move an inch without his acknowledgement. And when he leaves, he chains all of the doors so that she can't leave. And this time, Pooh says something that he hadn't said in the short story, which is, "Oh, you only want her because you can't have her, you brat." We already knew that Puss doesn't quite understand love, and to him, love is basically connected to sex, so much so that he thinks that once he gets his master to the lady's bed, he will overcome the illness of love. We see that now he even thinks that the master only wants the heroine because he can't have it. And the cat's conclusion is that by his observances of the human species, love is nothing but desire sustained by unfulfillment. So Puss goes into the house, he meets Tabs, that's the heroine's cat, and then Tab says, "Oh my god, Mrs. could definitely use some of what you just gave me." And then Tabs gives us a little more exposition on the marriage gossip. She says that the bed has not shaken since the first night they married. So the man married the woman, consummated the marriage, and then never again. Poor thing. And also the hag is the one who takes care of the heroine, and she's a bitch. This time she actually threatens to kill Tabs, and they have to stop her. So the story goes on as it does in the short story. Puss helps them send letters to one another, and now we get like a glimpse of what's written in the letters. And Puss is like, "Stop saying that you love her and that she's like the brightest sky and like the stars and whatnot. Tell her you want her. That's how you conquer someone." Is he wrong? And then they have a plan to put rats in the house and pretend that they are there to hunt the rats so that the man can sleep with the woman while Puss and Tabs actually catch the rats. And then the hero pretends to be a doctor, and Tabs makes the old man fall down the stairs and he dies. So once he dies, the heroine's like, "I'm free, so I will marry this guy." And the hag's like, "You can't do that." And she's like, "Oh girl, watch me. Now the money's mine. I'm very rich. Get out of my house." And the hag does. And in the end, they get together and Tabs is together with Puss. And there is a moment in the radio play in which Puss opens the shutters and unchains the windows. So we have like the building of love as hope, as something that will open opportunities for the heroine, that now she's not entrapped in that shitty marriage with that guy. And the hero and the heroine decide to on the kitchen floor while the dead body is there. I mean, why not? And the town comes into the house and sees them having sex naked on the floor, and they applaud. Good for them. Well, this is the radio plays version of Puss in Boots by Angela Carter. Remember, life's a sin.